Yeah, YouTube. Welcome back to the main channel with your boy Ellis. Today we're just gonna be talking about Uncle Skoob versus Frank Nitty. I think it was an absolutely legendary one-on-one, bro. I think this one, first of all, hit the like button and subscribe. I think that's the main thing. If you guys are new to this channel and you're just finding about a BLS, man, about me and what we're doing over here at NBD family, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We do this every single day, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day, where we post videos about the 1v1 community. Y'all know what's going on, man. We've been covering the 1v1 community, been playing the 1v1 community for 3 years, 4 years. So lock in with your boy, man. But I want to talk about the rest of the card, man. We're gonna be dropping basically breakdowns of each game. Uncle Skoob versus Nitty is the first one. We're probably gonna do Ty versus Ness, and then LP versus JQ. And then tomorrow, the rest of the games will be dropped as well, probably coupled together. But man, I want to talk about Frank and Nitty, man. I think one thing I do want to say, right? I want to give flowers to both of these guys. I think it was an absolute classic. I think it was an absolute classic, and I think that game absolutely carried the card. I think that game absolutely carried the card, man. And one thing I do want to say about Uncle Skoob, he should be the main event until otherwise. He should be the main event until proven otherwise. Because for his last 2 games, his game has, obviously he was the main event with LP, but that shouldn't have changed, because each time Uncle Skoob steps out on the floor, it's a down to the wire game. It's an amazing storyline, and it's good bump. It's quality bump. It's quality bump every single time he steps out on the floor. Last 2-3 times I've seen him play. So I think he should be the main event in whatever card he has next. That's number 1. Number 2, Frank Nitty, bro. Amazing display of basketball. Amazing display of basketball, bro. I want to see Frank play again. I want to see these guys rematch, not in the next card, but next year or something like that. This game was that good. And Frank Nitty was able to display his one-on-one talents, getting to the basket, playing defense, hitting tough shots, and most importantly, and I know this is a thing that a lot of people say, even including myself, about Frank Nitty, is complaining to the refs. He didn't do that at all on Saturday. When I tell you, he did not say anything at all. I don't think Frank Nitty spoke that whole one-on-one, unless it was a timeout or some slight to Uncle Skoob that wasn't even trash talk. He went out there and he competed. That's it. He went out there and he competed. So we got to make sure when we see guys do things that we don't like, we have to. You already know what's going on. This video was sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. First by line is going to be Donovan Mitchell to score more than 25.5 points. He's been able to do this in 3 out of his last 5 games, and Donovan Mitchell being the main scorer on the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think he's going to get it done in that against the Miami Heat. More than 25.5 points for Donovan Mitchell. First by line is going to be Rui Hachimura to score more than 1.5 threes. He's been able to do this in all 5 of his last games, and he's playing a Charlotte Hornets defense that isn't really that good at all. Rui Hachimura, more than 1.5 threes tonight against the Charlotte Hornets. What to do, man? Click the link in the description, download Prize Picks, and use code BLS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. That is code BLS, and you're going to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. Let's get to it. To commend them when they're in situations like this, hostile against a top 6, top 5 guy, depending on where you got him at. And he the underdog to some people, he's the favorite to some people, and it's hostile, there's money on the line, and he getting paid, the whole world seen him, and he ain't say a word to the refs the whole time based on other situations where we have criticized him for doing so. So we have to make sure that our flowers are just as loud as our critique. And Frank Nitty did not say a word to the refs at all throughout all the physicality. And this is also what I want to say as well to the people, all the pros that are at home, all of the pros that may be interested in this space. Although the main event wasn't good at all, horrible. That Uncle Skoob versus Frank Nitty matchup is 1v1 basketball, brother. So let me tell you, let me show you guys an example of what I'm talking about here. So no cap, that's insanely tough because Skoob hand checked the whole play. I don't see scoring through all that hand checking all game. Let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna play the play. All right, I'll play the play once. I'm gonna play it one more time so you guys can see the play again. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Some of you need to remove the 5v5 rules of fouling and take it. You need to remove it from one-on-ones. And the reason why I say it is because is this a foul in a 5v5? 10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10, it's a foul. The reason why it's not a foul in one-on-ones is because, first of all, that's a disgusting move by Frank Nitty. Is because there is absolutely no help side. I honestly believe if there was honest. Wait. Listen. I know y'all see it. The new NBD merch is available now for you guys. It's never fair. Love or War is available right now for you guys. Check it out. Link is in the description if you guys want some NBD merch, man. Y'all see what's going on. It's never fair. Love or War. Love is passionate. War is passionate. If you love something, you're going to go to war for it, and you'll go to war for what you love. They are simultaneous. If you guys want some merch, man, link in the description. Love y'all. Let's get back to the video. 5v5 defense being played. Skoob would have lost this game easily because of the length, because of the athleticism of Frank Nitty with no help side ability for Uncle Skoob, right? But in one-on-ones, it's you and that guy. So a lot of times, hand battles have to be won. You have to win hand battles. Activate the off arm and get that hand check up off of you and win the hand battles. That is what 90% of 1v1s are. Hand battles, jab threes, 2-foot finishes. That's what 90% of 1v1s are, right? So what you got to understand is that when you're stepping into this 1v1 space, especially in 1v1s of this magnitude, the physicality will be taken up a notch. And I'm going to be honest with you, that wasn't even crazy right there from Uncle Skoob. That was great hand battle work from Frank Nitty here that he won twice. He won the hand battle twice here, right? You got hand on hip from Uncle Skoob right here. Normal in a one-on-one. He's not hand on shoulder. He's hand on hip. Nitty rips over the top, wins the initial hand battle right here. He wins that initial hand battle by getting that right hand of Uncle Scoob's off him. Uncle Skoob jams again. He wins. Frank Nitty wins the second hand battle by pushing Uncle Skoob slightly off of him, so that way he's able to counter and spin. As a result, now he can use his athleticism and length to finish. These 1v1s are about winning hand battles, countering, jab threes, 2-foot finishes. Now, I can understand if there's a situation where it's, let's say, Nas versus Frank Nitty. Nas is obviously much stronger than him. He's a stronger body. So as a result, you do want, as a ref, to control the game more. But these are two guys of similar stature. These are two guys of similar stature, similar strength. Win the hand battle. Now, obviously, if Uncle Skoob starts grabbing his jersey and pushing on him like this and all that, Uncle Skoob is simply, he's hand checking. He's jamming. Win the hand battle. We have to remove the 5v5 fouling from the 1v1 fouling, right? Especially in battles like this. Not gonna understand Uncle Nitty. If Frank Nitty got slapped upside the head, or he just got pushed with two hands, or pushed with one hand like that, or he got to the rim and got slapped upside, obviously call those fouls, but these hand battles are not fouls, in my opinion. Let's see. This is just really good right here. This pivot work, I remember this play. Got a foot switch, pivot work, inside hand lay. There's that 2-foot work that I'll be talking about with a lot of guys in the 1v1 space. Because when you play out 2 feet like this, you're able to pivot and prolong the possession. And Skoob was able to pivot and prolong the possession until he got enough space and enough light to sneak lay that joint in with his right inside hand. I think this is this is a really good film to watch. I know we don't have the whole game, but this is really, really good. You got a snatch, foot switch, good pacing work, downhill 2 dribbles, 2 foot, be able to hit that turnaround J if he needs to. Got Nitty to move, slightly got that right hand finish off. But just to talk about the game even more, Nitty was up 26-16 throughout all the physicality of Uncle Skoob, throughout all of the he could have been tired and fatigued. He was up 26-16. Frank Nitty was controlling this entire game the entire time until it was time to close. He got to 29-20, and Uncle Skoob, honestly, Uncle Skoob walked him down. And also, the only thing that I didn't like about Frank Nitty's game was the closing factor, especially when he got to 29. I thought he should have attacked the basket a little bit more and and put pressure on the refs to either call a foul or him playing off 2 feet, being that he is slightly more athletic than Scoob. I feel like if he would have played off 2 feet and utilized that pivot work the same way Uncle Scoob did in this picture here, I think it would have done him a lot of justice to close that game. But Uncle Scoob once again shows a lot of resiliency in the way that he approaches the game, breathing through the nose, out through the mouth, focusing on one possession at a time, and just clawing his way back in this game and figuring it out in real time on how to negate Frank Nitty's length and defensive cerebralness. I think that was something that Uncle Scoob was trying to figure out throughout in real time throughout the game. And as you can see during that final stretch when it was bike down time, he was able to figure it out. But let's look at another play right here. Got to spend just great counter work from Nitty, man. Just another good block. What I also felt like he could have played off 2 here and played off his pivot, but just you mean to tell me this is a foul? Good bump right here. Just great defense. This game was a classic. And also, I do want to say this, man. Look at the crowd here. Look at the crowd here. If the main event was like this, first of all, Nas would have won 30-19 or something like that. But if the main event was like this, there wouldn't have been no complaints about this card at all. There would have been no complaints if the main event looked like this in terms of crowd control and things like that. But we all know that wasn't going to happen. But back to the case in point here, great defense by Uncle Scoop. This play was insane as well. 2 foot, you see what I'm saying? When you play off 2 feet as a 1v1 player, bro, you're very, very successful. I think Frank Nitty could have done that to end the game a lot more. 2 feet, boom, ball fake. I think Frank Nitty could have done that a lot more, especially to end the game once he got to 29. But nonetheless, man, just an overall great one-on-one from these two guys. I have nothing bad to say about either one of these individuals, man. They came out, they displayed their talents, they didn't complain, they hooped, and it was really, really fun to watch. I think it was easily the best game on the card, and these two guys need to be given their flowers on displaying their talents on such a high scale for the world to see. And also, I also seen Uncle Skoob talk about who he wants to play next. I saw LP. I saw you said LP. I saw he said Jelly JQ. I saw you say Rob, but I don't want to see LP right now. I want to wait. I want to give LP. I want to let LP continue to work. And maybe get. I just don't want to see that game. I think it's too early. I think it's way too early to see that game again. I don't want to see Jelly JQ yet. I want to see Jelly JQ again, like against like a Scar or something like that. And I don't want to see Rob right now. I want to see Rob go against Nas. And to be honest with you, I think Uncle Scoop should play Moon. I think Moon should be his next opponent, man. I think especially if Moon beats Cam. The reason why I say that is because these two guys have been in top 5 contention. These two guys right now are the only two guys that are, well, I got Scoop 5, or I got Moon 5, or I got these two. They are teetering with each other in terms of which one is solidified top 5. Right now, Uncle Scoop is in the lead, I would say, slightly because Moon hasn't played yet. But the minute if Moon beats Cam, then what? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if Moon beats Cam, then what? You know, so right now I have Moon top 5, but Scoop may be ahead to you. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's preference. It's preference. A lot of these things is preference, but in order to solidify it, Moon would either have to lose to Cam or, man, y'all two just check up to solidify because both of y'all 1-1. Moon has 2 Hoodie Kel wins. Scoob has 2 Hoodie Kel losses. Moon has a Nesco win. Scoob doesn't have a Nesco win, but Scoob got a Rob win and an LP win and now a Frank Nitty win. So now it's like, who do you prefer? But the only way to figure out is to settle the 1-1 thing, right? I think that should be Uncle Scoop's next opponent. And if Moon beats Cam, I think that should be his next opponent if we can figure it out. You know? But hit the like button and subscribe, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. We're going to have probably Nesco and Ty Lawson coming up right after this. See you guys in the next one.